today's video comes courtesy of Ali Pearl. They sent over this really nice deep wave hair. I had an itch to play in hair and dye it, so I went ahead and dyed it and straightened it, and this is the results. So I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the tutorial. I'm going to use my BW bleach and a 40 volume developer. Sidebar, I've always thought it doesn't matter what brand of the bleach and the developer you use, but I did step it up a bit and use the ion developer opposed to the normal one that I get from Sally's, and I think it did a much better job. So I will be trying to use bleaches and dyes from different brands just to see if the salon quality does give a better result. I really like the way it came out. I pretty much just used the bleach and the developer and I put it on all of the hair. This is 3 bundles and a 4x4 closure. So I went ahead and put it on all the hair, and I did dye each. So I did dye like each bundle separately and the closure separately. That way none of the hair would over process. But I kept each section on for about 20-25 minutes. And this pretty much was the result. I used the purple shampoo to like rinse and wash the dye out. And then I was able to put a second coat of the shampoo on each bundle in the closure and let it sit on there for 20 minutes to kind of tone it, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to use a toner or not. It does have that kind of like orangey tone to it, but that's kind of what I was going for. So let me know what you guys think about it. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the tutorial, but before we do, leave a comment below. Let me know what color you would like to see me go next with this hair. Should I tone it? Should I dye it again? Should I bleach it again? Let me know your thoughts. Now let's just go ahead and jump into the tutorial. So you're going to need your 40 volume developer, a BW bleach, and you're also going to need your bowl, your mixing bowl, and your brush. So I'm going to just put a few scoops. I use a really large mixing bowl, that way I can mix 2 separate mixtures. For this particular dye job, I'm going to be using the same exact measurements, but if you wanted to do like a 40 volume developer and a 30 volume, this would be great to separate the two, and that way, you know, you can do it all in one bowl, but there's 2 different, you know, formulas. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a generous amount of my 40 volume developer by Ion and just mix it around. I do have one of those whisks for specifically for hair dye, but I just couldn't find it, but it definitely works a lot easier. Work gradually, so I added a little bit, mix it up, add a little bit more until I get the perfect consistency. For me, I like it to be pasty. I used to do it a little bit more soupy, and if you're going to be bleaching your hair like standing upright on like a mannequin head, you will find that that will get messy in a sense that it'll drip. So if you have it at a pasty consistency where it is maybe a little bit looser than what you would use to bleach knots, but at the same time not too soupy or runny that it's gonna, you know, drip. Now if you are laying your hair on a flat surface as I am today, it's okay to be soupy. There really is no right or wrong mixture. You know, it's just all about trial and error and figuring out what works best for you. And as you can see, this side is a little bit more pasty. It's actually the perfect consistency. The other side is a little bit more soupy, and I think I did add a little bit more on that side. But again, it's all about preference. It's about what, you know, makes you happy. Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit more of the powder to the left side because it is a little bit more soupy than, you know, I prefer. Now we're going to go ahead and mix that up, and that should work just fine. Let's see about it. Let's see about it. Oh, I've also noticed I usually use the Sally's version of the developer. I tried to upgrade a little bit and do the Ion, and I absolutely think that it made a difference. So I will be trying, you know, different brands of dyes and bleach. Let me know in the description bar which one you prefer as far as your bleach and your hair dye. Or am I saying that wrong? Let me know which one you prefer as far as your powder bleach and your developers. What brands do you use? If you use salon quality, what is the best in your opinion? But make sure that you mix it up really well so there's no powder. Sometimes at the bottom is powder. So this is the 4x4 closure I'm going to be bleaching for you guys. I already bleached the knots on here, and you're going to see like a ditz. I went ahead and re-bleached the knots. Now the good thing is that when I bleached the knots the first time, I did not completely bleach. I think I left it on like 15 minutes because some of the knots, or a lot of the knots, were still black, so it was okay to re-bleach it. But as far as the actual application of the dye on the hair, I did rinse it out 10 minutes before I really wanted to, just because I realized like, oh yeah, this has already been bleached and I'm bleaching it twice.
As far as applying the bleach to the hair, I just like to use the brush like so and just apply it going all the way up. When I get to the very top, I don't want it to be like a blunt like line of demarcation where the blonde starts opposed to where the natural color is. So I kind of just do the brush upright and I kind of just brush it going up, if that makes any sense. This is the Tangle Teaser or some generic version of it, and I like to just use it to kind of work the dye in, because you will find that when you are dyeing hair, no matter how much you put on there, you still will find that you have pieces in between that don't have the bleach touching it. So you really want to work it in and make sure that you get the bleach on there. As you can see, I was completely not thinking, and I went ahead and added the dye to my knots to bleach the knots. I was supposed to do it, but I was going to wait 10 minutes after the hair started to process to add it. That way I wouldn't over bleach. This is about 20 minutes later. While that bleach, I went ahead and started one of my bundles. This is what the hair looks like. This hair is from Alley Pearl, and as you can see, it's a beautiful wavy texture. I'm going to be showing you at the end how amazing this hair held up. I didn't shed, it didn't fall apart. It's still soft, has this nice natural normal texture. It does hold a curl very well, but I'm going to show you after this how the difference between the wet hair and the dry hair, so that you can see the vibrancy of the color when the hair is dry, which is why I went ahead and straightened it, but it still maintains its beautiful texture. You can kind of even see here it's still wavy. Now here I thought it wasn't light enough, but as you see when it dries, I'll show you in a minute that it is exactly the color that I wanted. So I just used a purple shampoo after I rinsed the bleach out to go ahead and make sure that the bleaching process is stopped and that the hair is clean and no bleach is still on it. The purple shampoo also helps to tone the hair and kind of get rid of any orange or brassy. So I did one time of washing the hair and then I rinsed it out. The second time I'm going to go ahead and saturate the hair with it, and I let it sit on the counter for about 20 minutes just to make sure that any brassy tone is you know, gone. And this is what the hair looks like. Now I went ahead and kind of ghetto style used a paper towel just so I can really quickly show you guys the difference. This hair looks beautiful. It was amazing how the color looked, but I just kind of want to show you this is what the hair looks like. It's the same exact hair, but this is what it looks like wet, and this is the same exact hair dry. There's no difference. This is just a leftover piece I had after making the wig. Some people also do the step of boiling it. I'm not sure exactly what the purpose of this is, but I did notice after doing the boiling process, the hair was extremely soft like butter. The water also smelled like the bleach, which means it kind of pulled a little bit of that bleach off, I guess. And it did have a little bit of a tint to it. I didn't leave it in there too long because I was nervous. I just kind of wanted to dip it in there and see if it made a difference. And it definitely made the hair much more soft. And this is the difference between the hair bleached wet and bleached dry. Here is a look at the wig after I made it. I kept the wefts wrapped in the rubber band that they come in. That way it made for the perfect dark roots. And this is what it looks like when it's done.
So hopefully that was self-explanatory. I went ahead and let the hair air dry, and then I made this wig. I did use the hot glue gun method just because that's the best method for me to get the job done. I will be doing a second video with this hair, so let me know, do you guys want to see it go even more blonde? Would you like to see me tone it and do a little bit more of an ashy tone? Because it kind of is an orange tone, I would say, on camera. In person, it's not as orangey as it is on camera. Nonetheless, I really do like it, and I think it complements my skin tone. So this hair is their deep wave hair. I decided to go ahead and press it out. That way I could go ahead and get the full effect of the color that I made it. It did revert back in color. This is, I believe, 2.5 bundles and a 4x4 closure. My longest length is 20. I believe this is a 20, 20, and an 18-inch, and then a 16-inch 4x4 closure. I went ahead and straightened the hair, and then I added some pin curls to the front just to kind of give it a little bit of a different look. It's been a while since I've done pin curls. I kind of feel like I should have did them all over. I didn't really want it to be curly up here. I just wanted to be able to do my little cute little feather and add a little bit of volume. I think it came out good. So let me know your thoughts on this hair. Like, I know we all say like, oh, use whatever, it all works the same, but I honestly think that the better quality you use, the better results you get, because I really didn't have to tone the hair. Like it came out exactly like what I wanted and what I had in mind without me having to tone it, and it wasn't brassy. As I rinsed and washed it out, the hair kind of reverted back to the wavy texture, so I knew that it wasn't like over damaged. Again, I did leave the bleach dye mixture on for about 25 minutes on each. Yeah, the hair curl holds a curl amazingly. Like I said, when it's wet, it still is wavy. I just wanted to go ahead and straighten it so you guys can get the full results, because when the hair is wet, as you guys seen, it looks much darker, and then when it dries, it kind of has more of a brighter effect. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial. Again, don't forget to let me know what style you like to see next with this hair. Don't forget to check out Ali Pearl. I have all the information in the description bar, as well as a link to purchase this hair. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.